What is this? A NACS port on a Rivian. We are test driving the Rivian R1S dual motor. It sits on 20-inch wheels. I'd rather would have had the 21s for the test drive, but they said it's either 20 or 22s. It's like, what the heck? The 20s are standard. So overall, it looks basically the same as our 24 launch edition, which is kind of ridiculous that in 24 you have a launch edition if production started in 22. Everything is basically the same here, same with the seats folding down, power outlets. There's the cover that goes over that. There's the cover down here for the air compressor. We got same, oh, they took the stuff out, it looks like. The seats are folded down, the very rear seat, third row. We got vents there on both sides, so that is good. Overall, it really looks the same. It drives about the same. This is obviously like different color configuration than ours, but again, everything is pretty much the same here. One thing that changed is this here. We have now this button to open the door instead of the actual handle, and here on the back there's no handle at all. There's no release, mechanical release. While here in the front there is the button here, and we have a mechanical release right here still. So it's kind of interesting. I wonder why they put it in the front but they didn't do it in the back. I don't know, it's just because Tesla did the same thing. Still on this here, no glove box, so that kind of sucks. And now let's see, oh, what we got here. Oh, we got just a tray. This doesn't have the boomy box in here. I don't know, it looks like it's big enough and possibly could be put in here. And the other thing is, nowadays you get the same adapter that Tesla gives you from a Chase 1772 to a NACS, because now the vehicle has a NACS, so you will need this adapter. So that was kind of funny to see. But other than that, it's kind of all the same. The screen is the same, the UI is basically the same. Now I don't drive our Rivian much, but I think the stock down twice was setting the whatever, what is it called? I forgot what Rivian calls it, their auto drive thing, auto steer thing, whatever. But then it told me I gotta pull back twice. So that was a difference. And then what this has also is you can now set the turn signal and it will change lanes, at least on the interstate. Well, it only drives on the interstate by itself anyway. It doesn't do surface roads. Also, now this door handle looks the same, that looks the same, but the driver's door handle looks like it's a different door handle compared to what we have. There's this little notch here, and someone said you can just press here to open the door handle, or that the door handle comes out. I'm not 100% sure about that, but it seems to work on ours too, that when I bump this a few times it will bump the switch behind it here, because we got that switch behind it too, and then it comes out. Unlocking, I believe, is still here. It's here on ours, but then what was different now, if you want to drive the car on ours, we gotta put our key card somewhere here in this area. Nowadays, Rivian says the key card goes right there, and here we go. That popped up as soon as I moved the key card over, and yeah, we have to hold it in this area somewhere to enable the driving. So yeah, this one has blacked out rims. They look pretty nice. I don't necessarily want these big bulky tires. This is a very sleek looking EV here. The Rivian looks great, but I don't know, these big bulky tires just don't make it look right in my opinion. So I preferably would have blacked out 22s. That would be much nicer. So overall, yes, we got this. These here are the same. Actually, ours on ours, they always stick one or the other side here. When these work smooth now, that is nice. It's got the same flashlight here. All right. Let's see, can we open the front? Let's look what's in the front here. It's a little warm, I guess. There it is. And here we go. All right, there we got license plate holder. Oh, child seat anchors, we got those too. And then we got some stuff under here. This looks a little bit different here. I think we got that stuff in the back, do we? I don't remember. But yeah, I don't know. Is this the charger here or what the heck is this? No, this feels like this is the tire stuff, which we got in the back. There is no tow hook down there. I guess this, oh yeah, this folds in back down there. That is nice. And yep, that works nice. Windshield washer fluid here. Now we got this button here that I like to press to close, but it doesn't work. That kind of sucks. I would like that to close. Now let's see, reach down here and I will close it and hopefully that works. Yep, this one closes nicely, unlike ours that in the beginning anyway, before it was repaired, had a tendency to pop back. Charge door is still exactly the same here. Yeah, but this is nice. So now the question is, why do they still have this big door when you only have this little tiny plug behind it? Make this door freaking smaller. Make this nice and small, not this big. This is kind of ugly. So, and also some of these doors have failed. So why not come up with a better design there? But yeah, really nice vehicle. So I just drove it. It drives very similar to our quad motor. The ride is basically still as stiff as our quad motor on soft. It is a little bit different because of those wheels, but overall the driving characteristics of this is really not much different than the quad we have. So it's like we were asked, would you want to buy one of those? And to be honest, this is no, because this drives just like the other one. This may be a little bit more efficient, but so far it hasn't proven to be. As we were driving here, it was at like 1.7. Now we were going to town. Now it's like 229 miles per kilowatt hour. Ours on the last trip was on a 600-mile trip, or actually it was over 1,000 miles. You can go look that up. Our trip to Yellowstone, I think we averaged 2 or just over 2 miles per kilowatt hour. So I don't know that this is actually more efficient. It may be very similar, maybe slightly better. Now these tires probably don't help with efficiency at all. I would even assume that these may be worse than our 22s. And it would have been nice to just test the 21s that are standard that you get for free. Here that is still, oh, there we go. Now this is still the same thing where you take it from here, you put it up there. Yeah, it's wow, kind of hard to get in there so that you have a flat surface, but it's not flat, it's still uphill. So they haven't changed anything in here either. Yeah. Also the hooks here in this one, they're fixed. There's one there, one there. We got a rail here and we can slide the hooks. So yeah, there are a few differences. Not sure if it's better. Not sure if it's worth the money. I don't even know how much money it is. There's no window sticker here. There we go. So yeah, it's definitely a great looking vehicle. And yeah, you don't need a quad motor in reality unless you really want to drive it hard, I guess. Now that said, I don't even know what drive mode this here offers. So let's go around again. It looks like up in there we got some changes with all the cameras and everything. That is, well, it has a more sophisticated, I guess, system than we do, and ours doesn't even upgrade. This is interesting because our Tesla Model 3 has been continuously upgrading with FSD. We even got a hardware upgrade where a new computer was put in at some point for free to make this possible. On the other hand, Rivian doesn't offer such a thing. So let's see here, we got basically the same menu overall, it looks like. Let's pull, how does this work here? Sideways, there we go. So yep, this looks all kind of the same input here. Up, steering wheel, I was gonna show you the steering wheel, but it's still locked. Let's step on the brake. Now it says tap key. It's laying here, but it doesn't recognize it. I gotta move it. That is interesting. So I had to move it. Yep, there goes the steering wheel. Okay. We got all purpose. We got snow, rally, all terrain, and soft sand. Where is conserve? Conserve was taken away, huh? It looks like. So it's got a little bit different menu there. Other than that, this is basically all the same, it looks like. I suspect in the settings that's more or less the same. Not much difference there. Very similar. So, well, I guess it's I've just been driving now for the past like 20 minutes or so, and now my wife is gonna get into the driver's seat and she'll be driving it, and we'll head back to Rivian and let them know how good or bad we actually feel about this thing. But overall, it's basically the same exact thing. Oh, and one thing that is annoying to me is when I set park, so I press the park button there, then I want to immediately open the door. The vehicle at that point is already in hold, because you stop, it's in hold, and then when you press the park button, it's just an actual applying of the parking brake. And during that time, and on ours, we just have a mechanical release. As you pull the mechanical release, it does actually not release. You have to pull twice for it to release. And then here, same thing with the button. You have to press the button twice for it to release, or you just have to sit here and wait for the parking brake completely to apply, which takes about, it only takes about, I don't know, 3-4 seconds or so. But heck, once I stopped, I just kind of want to get out. I press the button and get out. So, well, let's have my wife drive, and then we'll see if she comes up with stuff that she don't like or she really likes. But I don't think we'll have to buy a new one here anytime soon. So my wife drove that second generation R1S, and well, her conclusion was that it feels basically the same as our first generation R1S. The ride was just as bumpy, she said, as in our first generation. And it does the same weird thing in, when you do sharp turns. It kind of skips and hops. It's like you have a 4x4 vehicle, and that's usually a rear wheel drive, and then you put it in 4x4, and because there's no equalization between front and rear, it kind of skips and hops on pavement, right? And so she feels that on our first generation, and she also felt that on the second generation, and the ride overall was basically the same. So yeah, our conclusion from both of us is basically this is not better in regards to the suspension. This test drive vehicle here was even on 20-inch wheels. That should have been a much smoother ride, but it was not. Now that said, do you need a quad motor? Probably not. The dual motor here will do. Now this dual motor's big advantage is that it has newer technology built in that the first generation vehicles don't have. And with this newer technology,
as Rivian just recently announced, you will have way more options for basically the self-driving part of the vehicle, hands-free. And so, well, we'll see in the next year or two how that actually builds out and how much this second generation R1 really can do, since Rivian is working on the R2 and even R3 already. So not sure what the hardware in this second generation R1 really can do. We'll see. Overall, if you're not looking for any self-driving features really, currently first generation R1 Rivians are pretty cheap on the used market because, well, they have a little harder ride, the R1S especially. The R1T is a little bit better, but they came down a lot in price. So if you're not looking for any self-driving features, a first generation R1 is not bad at all. Well, so overall for us, we're not going to buy a second generation. There's no reason for us, really not this, just because it has in the future maybe more self-driving functions. No, not a reason whatsoever. It's nice to see that they have the NAX charge port. It's sad to see that they don't give you a CCS adapter, because all the Rivian Adventure Network chargers are CCS, which is kind of ridiculous. So, well, that was our experience with this second generation R1S here. And if you liked this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you like content like this, please subscribe to the channel. We got more videos coming about Rivian. We also have a 2018 Tesla Model 3, a 2013 Tesla Model S, and a 2024 Cybertruck. And we bring you real life videos. We live with those vehicles, and we live in Montana in a cold climate, and you get to see how it really is to live with electric vehicles. We don't just have short test drives on anything. We have now this Model 3 for 7 years, and so we got some experience there. So yeah, make sure you like and subscribe in any event. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.